And also, there was, Eartha Kitt was there, and I'd seen her in a play in New Haven. I lived in New Haven, got a lot of New Haven stories. And I lived with Yale grad students at Rochelle, the first cooperative residence in the United States. And I lived at 361 Elm Street in 1965-66, my address.
What happened with L.A.?
Well...
You lived in Watts and they were making jewelry.
Oh, and not only that, one of the biggest regrets of my life was not taking the opportunity I had to work with Bud Schulberg. He was having a writer's workshop.
Can you tell us who he is?
Bud Schulberg was a famous writer, and all these wonderful things he did.
Writer of what?
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
Movie
But anyway,
books.
well, books and movies and everything. And he wanted to get the people, the young people or black people, to tell their stories and learn how to write and craft their stories. And I had a job, I got an offer to write for this paper and what it was like for me to live in Watts. And I said, you know, I'm not ready. And not only that, though, the Black Panthers were there, and Marge Champion, my very favorite dancer when I was a child, also taught a dance class there. And so it was all this incredible activity going on. And I had my own house. It was a gift to me. And there was half a house went to this black guy. And it was my house, but I had to let young people come in after school in the afternoon to do whatever crafty things, you know, and stuff. And the Baha'is came, and I didn't even have any furniture, and the one who was supposed to help me and didn't do a damn thing except fall for the black guy next door and marry him, was the manager of Seals and Cross. Remember Diamond Girl, Sure Do Shine, and all that? Yeah. Remember Seals and Cross? Well, they were Baha'is too. And when I met her and them, they were just getting their first album out.
70s art too.
Yeah, right on, whatever. But yeah, what a life. But Watts was not as bad as anything like where Toledo stands now with the blacks and the way the racial, the feelings of war. There's a lot of war, and you can see it in my apartment building. There was a sign, and the white woman who took over, though, she won't take anything from anybody, really. And they had signs, no loitering. And so there are a lot of young 18-year-olds and 20-year-old kids living there now with babies and everything. They just wanted to fill the place up. And so the young people would be down there, and they had a white security guard that, you know, the thin Dale, and they slashed his tires twice. Because he told them...
There's a lot of anger towards whites.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't tell us what to do, and we live here, but that doesn't give you the right to behave in that fashion. And now they just got the turd floor, that's the place, but there's a lot of...
Turd floor?
Yeah.
They can't say TH?
No, they can, but turd is shit, so that's turd floor. I don't know what's going to happen with that building, but there's hope for that building, because they would have closed it down, and that woman from Florida saved it, and then she gave a talk one day. She said she's never in her life been treated as poorly by blacks as she was in this building in Toledo. She said never, and she's from the South, and she grew up in all this stuff, and never in her life. I mean, I know what it's like to be hated for your color.
Yeah. My friend Kristen came back from Boston, and she was afraid of moving to North Carolina because she had a job in North Carolina because she was going to be really racist. And
well,
she lived here for almost a year, and then she got the job in North Carolina, and she had this concern. And once she got to North Carolina, she said it was nothing like it was in Toledo. She said Toledo, she found, was the most racist place she'd ever been, and a lot of it was reverse racism.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street, but
she was just shocked.
It is, and it's shocking now. It's really bad in Toledo, and people just don't know. And Cardi, we're all American City. Yeah, we have the head of prostitution, and we're now the worst place for ER, and then with the big prostitution thing, and then we have race riots, and the Nazis are coming again, and it's amazing what Toledo.
Again?
Oh yeah,
when
they
are.
come. I don't know.
They will, though.
Oh right. Yeah, they are, and there's groups in Toledo and around, because I got on. And the day that happened, actually, we went to my mother's with one of Marvin's friends, the black guy, and he wanted to drive back through that area. And God, they wouldn't let us. And that was stupid to take that way. And you can't tell people, but it's not a shortcut going down Stickney.
Hey, can you tell us anything about Alan?
Yes.
Like, when did you meet him? How did you meet him?
Okay, it's really funny because I was saying my nickname was Giggy, which in French would be Gigi. And so when the movie came out, I remember my father had a drinking problem, and he would take me to the movies. And the day we went to see Gigi, he fell asleep and was snoring with a bad breath. I thought, God, this movie isn't ever going to end. I can't wait to get the hell out of this movie. Gigi, no more, you know. And then another time, I went to the university. No, I didn't know anything about Ellen. But I did know that I had a friend, and she was half black, and she sat next to me in a lot of classes alphabetically. I was Ziborowski, and she was Linda Catchings, part Mexican, part black, and very fair-skinned and freckled. And she lived near Woodward, but I didn't really hang. But I liked her. We did things together, arty things, and we would go to the university to free movies. And she was not allowed in my house because she was not white. And I was so embarrassed. Laverne wouldn't let her in. And even though she wasn't even there all the time, but my stepfather hated blacks too, and he had guns all over the house. And he said, if a black ever comes to his door, he'll shoot him. And that's my stepfather, who died in 94.
Wagner.
Yeah, 04, yeah. And it was rough on me. They said, you're just a nigger lover. And that wasn't it. But I was intrigued by other cultures, and I figured you don't have to go to Africa. And my favorite doll was Amy Sandra, and she was black, so I was into this color thing. And no, I wasn't. I had a scholarship to Howard. And so it's 1965, and I got to make up my mind. What colleges did you apply for?
Oh, I never applied for any.
He hasn't. But what happened when you applied? You went to
Well,
Howard?
I could have gone to Howard.
How did you meet Ellen?
Well, it had nothing to do with Ellen, but it's just my thing about blacks, too, because Howard University in Washington is the premier black college.
Right.
And they have a lot of people, diplomats from all over the country, the world send their kids there, too.
What's the black
And it's
university in
95.
Georgia?
Yeah, but this is a little different, and they have really brilliant things there, and it was so cheap to go there. And I thought, well, yeah, and it's intriguing to be in Washington, and I missed
And you'd
out.
be a minority there. So
Well,
you'd
yes,
get
I would have been a
scholarship.
minority. And that's what my stupid English teacher, and I don't like her, she's still around, and she said, what are you trying to prove? And I thought, I really don't know, And this other college, Hollins, wanted me to come there because I placed so high in that contest. And Annie Dillard went to that school, though I married a professor, I found out. But I had to go to Ottawa Hills. It's supposed to be like another sister, thingy, only it's in Hollins, Virginia. And I had to go to Ottawa Hills for an interview. And my mother was very uncomfortable. And I remember in my little pink outfit, I looked very chic with gloves and the whole deal. And went there, and they said, well, if you don't get a full scholarship, how are you going to get money to come to the school? And they asked me if I, with the horse, and I'm sorry, she doesn't know.
I told you, little devil K-Bam.
It takes
It's okay,
time.
Boo-Boo.
It's okay, baby. I'm not going
It's
to
okay.
attack. What a beautiful cat, but she's clever. I mean, not but I'm really an animal lover.
Yes.
That never happened to me before in my life.
She's like that.
But I don't know. And I told that woman, that I said, well, I'd work in the kitchen. She said, oh, no, we have blacks doing that. And I looked at her, I thought, yeah, right, and I don't think I'm going to fit in there. And you have to, she said, do you like horse? I got a letter, how they wanted me to come so badly. And they said, do you like horse riding? I said, oh, yeah, I haven't done it, Mother. And you have to bring your own horse.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I don't blame you. Yeah, exactly.
Scary little kitty.
Oh.
Stop. Oh, don't upset her more.
I love you. You're
Only
so,
I can do that.
You're beautiful. Maybe we can
Poor
be. You're
little
so
kitty.
pretty.
All right, well, we better wrap
Yeah,
this
that's
up.
it.
You're not
The
going to tell us
cat-
how you met Ellen, are you?
Oh,
I don't even know who Alan is.
Ellen J.
I-
Lerner?
he was
One
married
of the
to
most
Karen.
famous.
He was married to that interviewer.
lyricist in the world.
I'm so sorry.
And what did he write? He wrote On a Clear Day,
That's when I met him.
Gigi?
He just, Camelot.
Camelot,
My Fair Lady.
My Fair
Right.
Lady. Did you hear what he wrote?
Paint Your Wagon.
Yeah, none of that interest. I don't
But
know.
you've heard of
But
him
you
I've heard
saw
of
Karen, and that he married Karen.
Oh, okay.
the year
one-
later.
So what do you think of Karen and me? Do I look like Karen was so much better than I?
When you were
She
younger,
was
you had dark
30.
hair, right?
Well, she was 30 and I was 19.
Mm-hmm. That might
And
have
she
been a
was
difference.
31. Yeah, that was a difference.